Anyway, here we are again, another action-packed episode of Mark and Dave's Lifting the Lid. I'm Mark.
I'm Dave.
And on today's action-packed episode...
Can it be action-packed? We sit on a sofa.
Yeah. Like, this is...
Honestly.
There are casters on this sofa.
I've seen more action down in the old folks' home.
If we took this sofa to a snow-covered mountain top, jumped on it, and then both wore like GoPro head cams, would that or would that not be an action-packed video?
Snow-covered mountaintops. Have you been listening to Fleetwood Mac again?
I love Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, me too.
So the only difference between what we're doing and an action-packed video is a snow-covered mountaintop and the ability to get the sofa, the Elite Audio sofa up there.
Well, you've bought a green screen now, so we're going to be on
We
this
could
sofa.
do that. Actually, can you get Grant to look into a green screen? He's shaking his head. That means no, don't have a budget for a green screen.
See, try to start these videos. It's
I know.
more protracted than Brexit.
No, come on. Nothing is protracted. At least we can make a decision on something.
Well, I don't know. I
Anyway,
differ.
on today's show, can I call it a show?
So it's not
I've always wanted to call it a show. Can I call it a show, Grant? I can call it a show. On today's show, we have what we consider to be one of the stars of the Elite Audio portfolio. And anything that we sell from Aqua, we do consider to be a star. What are you doing with the cushion?
Just getting rid of it. It's annoying me.
Grant fluffed that. He spent ages fluffing that.
Yeah.
The Aqua stable has 3 models in the range. What we have here today is the Voce S3. You may recall from a previous Lifting the Lid, we featured the Formula XHD, and this is the entry level, and I always kind of hesitate to call it an entry level anything with Aqua because their entry level for other manufacturers is really kind of a high end.
Yeah, it's kind of the middle to high end of other manufacturers. The retail's around about £3,000, so it's achievable, but it's still an aspirational product at that price, and both technologically and for consumers looking to own the product.
I think one of the interesting aspects of this DAC is it's the 3rd model in the range to take on the R2R ladder design. Previously, Aqua supplied it with Bird Brown chipset, and following on from their higher spec models and higher performance models, they've now incorporated the full R2R design into this DAC. And like every Aqua DAC, we absolutely love it.
Yeah.
There's very good reason why. One thing I like about all the Aqua DACs is they're filterless, so they don't modify the incoming signal in any way, so no impact on transients. You won't find that your digital signal is being compressed in any way or modified or squashed or going through some DSB process in order to achieve a certain result. And as an Aqua DAC owner, tell me and tell anybody that's actually listening to this video, they probably switched off when we got to the point about the snow-covered mountain. But what is it that you personally love about Aqua DACs?
I've discussed this at length before. I think what we could do is just splice in the other video. Do you reckon? I think I'm actually in the same clothes. Yeah, we could probably do that.
Is this your special Aqua
This is my
lifting the lid outfit?
stroke lifting the lid shooting. Got my wardrobe through there. Yeah. But in all seriousness, I think what makes Aqua DAC special is the ability to take any recording that you have within your library and make it all listenable, but not in a way that then changes the recording. It just makes everything musical. Mm-hmm. It means that you can listen to, even the 90s albums like Oasis, What's the Story, still sound listenable on an Aqua DAC.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
I don't think there's any DAC can make Oasis sound listenable.
It's just because you're too old.
That's actually very true. that I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The first time we actually agree on something.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I am actually too old.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only thing we've ever agreed on.
I think it might. No, I think we did not agree what day of the week it was once.
Really?
I think we did. Yeah, maybe Grant, because maybe got a note of that somewhere.
What we do is we point them in the right direction when it's time to go home, down at the old folks' home.
Come on, Grant's not that old.
I'm not talking about Grant. I'm talking about you.
Anyway.
He struggles to remember what we're actually talking about. So coming back on track, the DAC sounds great. The reason it sounds great is musicality, organicness, the ability to take any recording, play it faithfully, but in a way that it doesn't, there's no ice picks in the ears, you're not losing anything. And that's what makes Aqua DACs great. And the further up the range you go, the more resolving they are. And it's not to say that the Voce S3 isn't resolving, but rather you get more of that house sound that everyone craves and loves.
I think the thing that really amazed me, and yes, it's an expensive DAC, but as we always do here, we do a lot of direct comparisons and feedback from clients, again, which in my opinion is the most important piece of feedback you can ever have, because this is someone that's actually parted company with money to own the DAC in the first place, who have done direct comparisons, again with other DACs costing a lot more. They prefer the Aqua, and it is really what you say. It's this organic, and it's such a very open-ended statement. Something's organic. What does that mean? That it's been grown without the input of unnatural chemicals, or there's so many different ways the word organic can be used. But in the context, there are no unnatural chemicals in our DACs as far as we know. But in the context of the musicality aspect, this organic feeling or sound, I completely understand that, because it's interesting, before we started filming this we had the DAC on, and Grant no doubt will splice in some video footage of us actually doing that, and we're playing a John Mayer track, and the one thing that really struck me about the presentation was just how natural it sounded. The guitar, his voice had an airiness about it, which I don't always hear with other DACs, and it just, it was almost, we didn't want to start doing the video because listening to music was something that became so enjoyable that you don't want to stop listening to music, and that is something which is a trait of all the Aqua DACs.
Absolutely. There's other reasons that we didn't want to start the video either, but the fact of the matter is with these DACs is, like you say, you do want to continue listening to music. They're a product that once you start listening to an album or a track, it's track after track, album after album, and it's not even like a lot of audiophiles do, where they're, I've just heard that, now let's see if we can hear this in that track. It's because it's a musical enjoyment. It's it's not a hi-fi process, it's not a hi-fi journey to hear as much as you can on the next recording. I haven't heard that in years, that track's in, that detail. It's more about, I haven't enjoyed listening to the music like that in years, and there's a key difference there.
What we'll do in a second, we're going to do a close-up of the internals of the DAC, and Dave's going to talk you through all the bits that are in there. But one quick thing to say, and this applies to all Aqua DACs, that even if you own a Voce S2, you can have it upgraded to a Voce S3. It's a modular design, and Christian at Aqua has deliberately designed all the DACs this way, so that, as with a lot of DACs, when the new model comes out, if you want to embrace the new technology, 9 times out of 10 you have to move on the DAC that you have, get the new one. With Aqua, the DAC can go back to factory, they do the full upgrade, and the cost to do so in relative terms is very inexpensive. And I think Aqua really should be commended for making the upgrade path and to stay with current technology so easy.
Yeah, I totally agree. You see the upgrade not only benefiting the unit sonically, but also technically in terms of the format rates, and that's worth its weight in gold. As an owner, you have the upgrade from the S2 to the S3. We saw a similar thing with the La Scala from the Optologic. Upgrade you, if you had a non-Optologic, you could go up to the Optologic, and again with the formula, the non-XHD is now, the XHD module is now an option. So there's always that option to upgrade, when the old hi-fi itch, the upgrade-itis starts and you want that little hit. I think I said it was like crack cocaine one day and got shot down in flames.
You can't say that on
Why?
video.
Why not?
You just can't.
If a science teacher in America can start making crystal meth for his cancer
because that
treatment,
worked out really well for him, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's a true story.
Yeah, it went really well. Okay, let's take a break from that conversation.
Oh.
And let's talk about the DAC. So we're going to just do a close-in shot now, and Dave's going to take you through some of the key internal features of this DAC.
Okay.
Aren't you, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave is.
So this is the Voce S3. As you can see, we've removed the lid from it, hence the term lifting the lid. On the front panel, you've got your on and off rotary switch there. Likewise, you've got the input selector, 4-position there, and those correspond to the inputs on the back, which we'll go through, and a 0 to 180 absolute phase switch, toggle switch there to change that. It's milled aluminium here on the front, really nice finish, all well made, and it adds to the feel of the unit. Coming round to the back now, as we turn this round, you can see on the back you've got your mains IC socket, USB, I2S link there, you have an ASCBU, SPDIF, and then you've got your single-ended and your balanced out. These are very, very high quality connectors. For the RCAs, actually gold plated, and likewise the rest of them are commensurate with the quality of the Voce S3. Spin it back round and we'll look inside. So inside here, you'll see the mains coming in. There's 2 transformers here, very high quality transformers, marked up and made for Aqua themselves, AQ Technologies. One supplying the digital stage and one supplying the analog stage. On the back here you can see the USB coming in there, or going out rather, and it's an XMOS USB chip interface, galvanically isolated, and that will work pretty much plug and play with the majority of interfaces that you decide to use, servers, streamers, etc. And if there's any issues with the drivers, you can actually download those online. Over on this board, this is the main DAC board, says it there, I'm not that clever. And this is the resistor bank here for the resistor, the R2R side of things. So you've got the left and right channels, and each bank represents a left or right, and also the half of the sine wave that it corresponds to. Quality of the components in here, very, very good. Metal film resistors, etc., very high quality caps. There's nothing in here that is of poor quality, it is all of the finest quality. It is an FPGA design, there is no filter, as Mark said, so less likely of ringing artifacts and such like. So I'll let Mark just pan around inside and here. Again, look, this is not about taking you through each individual component, each individual board in these devices. It's more about just sort of lifting the lid off, pointing out a few key things that might be of interest to you, and if there's anything specific in here that you want to talk about, please do email in. If I can't answer the question, then I'll ask Christian to answer the question for us. Hope that's been of use to you, and you enjoy the rest of the video.
So there we have it, Dave expertly taking us through all the key points of the Voce S3. Interestingly, before we started this video, I actually took a little bit of time to look up the word aqua on the Urban Dictionary, and it was actually quite funny and quite accurate. It says aqua, main ingredient of shampoo, fancy term for water because shampoos are too cool to use the word water. So, I mean, if this was called water DACs, it wouldn't be as cool, would it?
Guess not.
The water Voce S3 doesn't quite have the same ring to it as Aqua Voce S3.
The Head and Shoulders S3.
Yeah, and this will put a bit of a shine on your
Nice.
music.
Liking it.
Yeah, lovely. And actually it'll make it so beautifully presented that it'll never have looked or sounded better. It's the shampoo of DACs.
That's it. Mark used to use wash and go. You washed it when?
I wish they'd bring out wash and come back. That is
I know it's starting. It's there.
Anyway, thanks again for watching one of our videos. If you like the video, please share it. The last one we did was, how many, Grant?
It's over 32,000.
32,000 views, which is a bit of a record for our videos. I think people are using them as a means show you how not to do a video, but that doesn't matter.
Probably.
They're still watching it just the same.
Yeah.
Please like our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram.
Instagram. It's like when your nan talks about the intranet.
God, how many internets have you got?
How many internets? Have you been on that internet again?
Yeah.
Showing his age.
I don't know which internet I am on actually. I need to find out when I get home. Connie will know. So yes, please follow us everywhere, because there's always something we're doing somewhere that isn't on something else, so make sure you don't miss out. Sign up for our newsletter, because we have, in fact, we're about to have some very unique and very special offers through our newsletter, and you will only find it on the newsletter, so it's not publicly available, so a very good reason to sign up. If you have any suggestions about a video you'd like us to do, please drop us an email either to our main email address. Grant will bring them all up, probably there or down there or somewhere in front of us that we can't see.
Yeah.
And we will be delighted to get your suggestions. And so, another action-packed, we didn't quite make the snow-covered mountain top for our toboggan race down on the Elite Audio sofa. If you'd like us to do that, let us know, and we'll sure we'll give it a go. So, it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. I think the toboggan thing's got some mileage in it, you know.
I think you should stick to trying to figure out how to use.
I mean, the last
how much is an
interestingly,
internet, Dave?
well, how much is an internet? It's a fair and valid question. I mean,
we've spoken about this before. You don't buy
I don't
the internet.
know how much
you buy
it is.
access to.
That's what I was asking. If I knew how much internet was, I wouldn't have asked the question in the first place. I mean, is it £20 a month? Is it £18 a month?
And you don't. I have to explain to you as well. You don't buy an Instagram. Oh, sorry, an What would you call it? Instagram. Yeah. You don't buy one of those either.
Yeah.
It
See, I'm
exists
actually
somewhere else.
You missed the point. I'm actually going to bring out
There's no point
a
to miss. The point is
competing social media called Instagram, because people won't know the difference. It's a bit like, did you see the Chinese copy of the Range Rover Evoque that they've now been banned making? I mean, you actually showed two pictures of it, and apart from the badge, it was identical in every respect. So Instagram, it'll take off.
Yeah.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
I'll put it on my own internet as well. One that I'm going to buy.
You're going to found Boogle now as well.
Google, that's a brilliant one. You just make that up.
I need to make
I've
things
Googled
up.
it.
Just,
Hey Google.
Just to get through the day.
Hey Google, how much is the internet?
How much? Yeah.
See, it all kind of works.
Oh.
What was it saying? Never work with children and animals.
And Mark Campbell.